Welcome to Movie Slice. Quick, fun recaps of your favorite movies, sharp, funny, and to the point. Hit subscribe and get your perfect slice of cinema. The story of Forgive Us All starts with a woman named Rory, who was devastated after her husband Connor's burial. She was overwhelmed with years of grief because she was losing everything around her. At that time, a widespread virus had wiped out many people, and literally, the survivors could be counted. The world was ending. She goes to see her daughter Maddie, who was also infected by the virus. This virus turned people into something like a mix between zombies and cannibals. Unfortunately, her daughter also died, but suddenly she too transformed, and Rory was shocked and didn't know what to do, especially since, when her husband turned, she was the one who ended his suffering. So, it was hard for her to deal with Maddie, who then jumped on Rory and bit her. 2 years passed since the death of her husband and daughter, making it 4 years since the virus outbreak. Rory wakes up to the sound of the radio broadcasting the news, which was talking about a new organization that had taken control of the entire country. This group claimed to be protecting people in camps, but in reality, they were imprisoning them, and anyone found outside was killed. Rory turns off the radio. She looks at her daughter's drawing on the fridge, a bug Maddie loved to draw. Rory takes her weapon and goes out for a walk, where she is seen by Otto, her father-in-law, who lives with her in the cabin. He tells her not to go far because it's dangerous, but she reassures him. The world was deserted and completely destroyed. The virus had devastated the country. At this time we see Noah, who is fleeing on horseback from members of the organization. He outruns them and meets someone waiting in the forest, telling him he stole the sample of the cure from them. Noah is wounded by a bullet, and the man tells him to go, while he stays behind to delay the pursuer. Noah initially refuses to leave him, but he has no choice and leaves, taking the man's cap so they'll think Noah is him and chase after him. Eventually, they catch up to the man, and there's a shootout until a woman from the organization sneaks up and knocks him out. When he wakes up, he's confronted by Logan, the camp leader, who tries to force him to reveal Noah's location, but the man refuses. After repeated questioning and provocations, Logan kills him. Noah hears the gunshots and realizes his friend is gone. The girl with them is upset and tells Logan they should have taken the man to the camp instead of killing him, but Logan dismisses her and tells the group to go search for Noah. Meanwhile, Rory is sitting by the river, remembering her daughter and feeling tempted to join her. She hears a sound and finds a horse, surprised to see it alone, with the organization's symbol on it. She realizes it belongs to the bad guys. When she sees someone lying on the ground, she gets scared, prepares her weapon, and approaches cautiously, nudging him with her foot in case he's infected. It turns out to be Noah, who is wounded. When she checks his bag, she finds a keychain shaped like the bug her daughter used to draw, so she decides to leave without helping him. But her heart softens, and she takes him on the horseback to her house. Otto had gone out hunting rabbits, and then to the river to wash his hands. When he sees people in the distance, he quickly hides, but they pass by, so he gathers his things and goes home. Rory arrives at the house, takes Noah and the horse to the barn instead of the cabin, lays him down, and locks him in the storage room, taking his bag with her. They had security cameras around the house for protection. Rory opens Noah's bag and finds the sample of the cure and other items. She is overjoyed when she realizes it's a cure for the virus. At night, Otto returns. Rory is hesitant to tell him what she did, but she goes to sit with him while he cooks the rabbit. He tells her what happened to him that day and that he saw members of the administrative authority by the river, warning her to stay inside so she wouldn't be taken to a camp against her will. She tells him to forget about that and says she has a big surprise for him. When she shows him Noah and the horse, he is shocked and argues with her, saying she shouldn't have brought it. She tells him she found a cure with Noah that might help them, but Otto gets angry and says he'll take Noah away at dawn and leave him somewhere. He goes inside and shuts the windows because a strong storm is coming. The storm begins as they eat, but Rory has no appetite. Otto tells her to eat the rabbits, promising to hunt a deer tomorrow, and says he wants to add more cameras around the house. He plans to look for more cameras in the forest the next day, but Rory doesn't want to talk or respond. He asks her why she's upset, realizing it's because she doesn't want to abandon the injured man in the barn. He tells her it would be dangerous to keep him, and that they'll drop him near the camp tomorrow. She retorts that there's no one left alive anyway. His granddaughter and son are dead. Otto says it's not their fault they died from the virus. She gets angry, tells him good night, and goes to her room, but she can't sleep. She goes to her daughter's room, sits in her chair, and remembers the day her life changed. Flashback, it was her daughter Maddie's. Rory brought her cupcakes to celebrate, and Maddie showed her a drawing she made. Then she asks when her dad will return, and Rory tells her he's helping people infected with the virus, and will be back soon. Suddenly, they hear a crash downstairs. Rory rushes down, and unfortunately, finds Connor. She is shocked by his appearance. Maddie wants to hug him, but Rory stops her, realizing he's infected. Back to the present. Rory is sleeping in her daughter's bed and wakes up to strange noises outside. She sneaks over to Otto, takes the barn keys and a weapon, and goes to investigate. She finds the barn light on, calms the frightened horse, and looks for Noah, but can't find him. Suddenly, Noah appears behind her and silences her, so she won't scream and give them away. They see someone infected with the virus circling the barn. Noah tries to take the weapon from her to protect them, but she refuses. The infected person outside sees them. Rory then asks Noah who he is and what his story is, but he says he's the one who should be asking, not her. She said if he came back, he would be one of those under the administrative authority. He said, I'm not one of them, and he was just taking his stuff to leave. So she told him, if you leave, you'll die. But he didn't seem to care whether he died or not, and he asked about his bag. She told him, don't worry, it's safe and sound, and she quickly showed him the bag and gave him a glass of water. She even proved herself brave and treated his wound. Then they started to get to know each other, and he told her that he stole the serum from them because his son was infected with the virus 2 days ago, and he wanted to leave to treat him before his condition got worse. When she asked him his son's name, he told her it was. When she finished cleaning the wound, he thanked her, and when he was about to leave, she told him he had to wait until dawn so they could rest a bit, otherwise he might die before reaching his son. He listened to her and sat on the other side. Meanwhile, Logan was getting close to the hut and was desperate to catch Noah, but the girl with him could see with her device that there was a fortress on the farm and that there were 3 people in the hut. They suspected he was inside. Logan told them to move in now, but the girl refused and told him to wait until morning. Logan threatened her that if she didn't listen, he'd let her and her father die from the virus. They headed toward the hut, and when the sun rose, they drew closer to the hut where Noah. Logan tried to break in and shoot, but Rory rushed in and told him Noah was just a desperate man trying to help his son. Logan felt sorry for him and let him go, saying he understood his feelings. Rory went to get blood from her husband for Noah and helped him put it on. Then Noah started to have trouble breathing, so they quickly put him on the table. Kueta told her that air had gotten into his chest and that he needed immediate treatment. She said they needed a doctor, but there were no doctors. Kueta said he'd take the risk and try himself. Life and death are in God's hands, and if he died, it would be his fate. If he lived, they'd have done a good deed. He helped him release the air, and thankfully, Noah survived. When Rory noticed he was unconscious for a while, Kueta reassured her that it was normal because of the blood loss, and said that in his condition, Noah wouldn't be able to go save his son. Rory said she would go save him herself, but Kueta refused and said he wouldn't let her go anywhere. Suddenly, the alarm went off, and they saw on the cameras that Logan had arrived. Kueta told Rory to take the horse and Noah and leave quickly before Logan could stop them. She didn't want to leave him, but he promised he'd catch up and gave Noah an adrenaline shot in case he felt weak. Rory said goodbye to her father-in-law, took the horse, and left. By then, Logan had arrived. Kueta confronted him and said, "You shouldn't enter my place without permission." Logan replied, "And you should be in the camp, but I'll forgive you if you tell me where Noah is." Kueta pretended not to know who Noah was and said he was alone with only his son and granddaughter buried out back. Logan repeated his question, describing Noah, but Kueta provoked him. He loaded his weapon as a threat, but then they heard the horse on the other side. Brooks, Logan's man, entered the farm and killed the horse. The girl saw Noah and Rory escaping. When Logan found out, he told her to come with him, but she refused, and when he threatened her again, she wasn't scared and told him she wouldn't work with him anymore. He left to chase after them, but by then, Noah and Rory were already gone. Rory told Noah that she might not return, but she explained that her daughter Maddie was infected by her husband and died, and she couldn't protect her, living with that guilt all her life. She told him she would continue and wouldn't stop until she saved his son, so he agreed and gave her a substance to spray on herself to mask her scent from the infected. Then they heard gunshots and saw Logan, so they quickly ran, and Noah was exhausted, so he gave her the bag and described his house, asking her to go save his son. She gave him a bullet for his weapon and went on alone. He took the adrenaline to help himself and started firing everywhere to distract Logan. When Logan got close, Noah shot him, knocked him down, and they fought. Logan almost killed him, but Noah stabbed him with a knife and finished him off. But a lot of infected surrounded him after hearing the gunfire, and they started attacking him. Unfortunately, a blind infected also attacked him, and at night, Rory was running through the forest, struggling to reach Noah's son. She tripped and fell, found many infected, and quickly used the scent masking substance on herself. It worked. They couldn't find her, so she continued on her way. An infected came wandering by, but thankfully she managed to kill him. But she found out she was infected and imagined her daughter standing in front of her. Not only that, but she found herself surrounded by a large circle of infected. She stood still, pretending to be dead. One got close and sniffed her like a police dog, but left her alone. She kept going until sunrise, by which time the virus symptoms had started to appear. But she kept struggling to reach the house because she wanted to save Lynn no matter what. Finally, she saw the house from afar. When she got there, she knocked, left the bag, and stood back. Noah's wife opened the door, saw the bag, and when she asked where he was, Rory didn't answer, so she understood that he was either dead or turned. She took the medicine, and Rory went to the river. By then, she was turning and imagined her daughter playing with an insect. She decided to end it and go to her daughter, since either way, she was dying. And that's how the movie ends. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video. Goodbye. In the next video. Goodbye.